To date, more than 76,000 undocumented immigrants have received California driver's licenses. It's all part of the new law that went into effect at the start of the year.
Many of these immigrants are happy about the privilege, but we found out some are still very cautious, not trusting it completely. KCOY 12's Tony Cabrera has a look at why.
Scott, Paula, the new driver's license looks just like yours or mine. The only difference is that it has 3 words, federal limits apply. And that's one of a couple reasons why people are worried.
Israel Martinez is waiting to take his first ever behind-the-wheel driver's license test.
You're a little nervous to take your test?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm very nervous.
He, along with more than 300,000 undocumented immigrants, have taken the test since the new driver's license law went into effect at the start of the year.
To be able to get a license, you must be excited.
Oh, yeah, excited. Yes.
Guadalupe resident Karen Maciel is also excited. Even though she's been driving without a license for the past 4 years, she says it feels good to have the chance to legally get on the road.
And I was like scared to do something wrong or get stopped by the police.
Karen's family moved to the U.S. from Mexico 15 years ago to chase the American dream. She says driving is a part of that dream.
Driving, you need driving for everything. Go to school, go to the store, go everywhere.
There's no question this is controversial. Many people didn't want to go on camera but criticized the new law. They question whether it's fair since the applicants aren't here legally. But from a law enforcement perspective, it's a win-win.
I know it comes with some level of controversy, but when you break it down, you will see that if it's done properly and the drivers do it properly, I see nothing but a positive result.
Even with support from police, undocumented immigrants say negative viewpoints out there have them still a bit fearful, especially when it comes to ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency.
They were scared to get arrested by ICE, and that was the fear to people.
When you apply for the driver license, they're gonna have all your record, your address, and all your information, personal information, and that's what scares people.
Miguel Hernandez works with the organization Cause. He's teaching driving classes to people applying for the license, and he hears it all the time.
I don't think the DMV is gonna share the information with ICE, but it's possible. It's possible. For ICE, we're all criminals. Crossing the border is a criminal. That's the thing.
Since the DMV is a government agency, technically ICE does have access to their records, and that has many people fearful. I reached out to ICE with a number of questions. They responded with this statement. In general, ICE does not use data from the DMV to identify immigration enforcement targets. However, like other law enforcement agencies, ICE may use DMV data in support of ongoing criminal investigations or to aid in locating individuals who pose a national security risk or public safety threat. There's also a fear that the license itself could trigger a call to ICE.
The AB60 license is going to have a mark on it that any police officer is gonna know if you're legal or not. That's a problem.
But police we talked with see it differently.
We don't communicate with ICE. We don't report to ICE if we make a traffic stop and somebody is unlicensed.
They do report to ICE when officers come in contact with previously deported felons or an undocumented immigrant involved in a violent crime.
The intent behind the law was not to trick, 1.4 million undocumented citizens into walking to the DMV and then gathering them all up and reporting them to ICE. That is not the intent. That is not what you're going to see coming from our police department.
When it comes down to it, the DMV says this is not about immigration. It's about making the road safer. And as these long lines show, many feel the benefits outweigh any risk.
We don't have to worry anymore. We're going to be like,
They say this is one step closer to bringing their community out of the shadows. And now their hopeful eyes focus on the president's proposed immigration reform.
We want 100%. That's when we're gonna get it. That's when we're gonna feel free.
It's a lot to ask for, especially with so many people against reform, which is why, for now, people like Israel, Miguel, and Karen are smiling.
We have to take the advantage that we have because it's such a privilege.
Part of having the new license also means having insurance. That's another reason why both police and the DMV think it's a win-win for everyone. Scott, Paula?
All right, Tony, thank you.
Certainly are a lot of people lining up to get those licenses. The program is working in that regard at this time. All right, weather's been nice to start the week.
Definitely. No rain in sight, so we might as well enjoy the sunshine. Let's go now to Jason Stiff in the First Alert Weather Center.
Yes, indeed. In a drought, we would love to have rain. Hasn't been in the forecast, at least not right now, not for the next couple of days. Clear sky. That makes it a beautiful time to look into outer space, too. James Perez sent this picture in last week when we had a completely full moon.